Good morning and welcome to Travels with Monkey Boy. We are on day 7 of our journey to the Maldives, June 2021. Today started at 1:30 a.m., which suggests our intentions are to maximize the usefulness of the day, only wasting an hour and a half sleeping. Of course, it wasn't our choice. Travel between islands is very hard during the time of COVID. And to get to Dhigurah, Dhigurah for those planning on traveling there, literally Long Island in whatever stupid language they speak here, we had to get this flight. It was a small plane and it made 3 stops, basically the bus of the islands, though kind of an expensive bus. One of the islands, one person got off and one person got on, which could not be economically sound, but hey, they're islands. We arrived at Male and then had to take a 2-hour speedboat ride to Dhigurah. This was the ride that I mentioned the other day where it was scheduled for 6 a.m., but they moved it to 10 a.m. because we were 3 more paying customers, I guess. As we were getting onto the boat, we met an American German guy living in Central African Republic, a country that basically no one's ever heard of. We soon decided he must be CIA, as he said he was working for some sketchy eco company that he deflected all questions about. His name was Felix, which we decided was exactly the kind of excellent name that no one has and would be a perfect fake CIA name. We subsequently learned that this super fit young traveler had been to 144 countries, including North Korea and Djibouti. He might as well have CIA tattooed on his forehead. The boat ride was uneventful outside of flying fish all over the place, which are so cool. They jump out of the water and glide along for maybe 15 to 20 seconds. I mean, I rarely can get off my couch, and these creatures can fly and swim. We arrived to our hotel almost exactly 12 hours after we left. We could have gone from Green Bay to Paris in 12 hours, but I like to put it off to Atoll was in the southern hemisphere and Ari Atoll in the northern hemisphere. But really, they were only a couple 100 miles apart. We got a certificate on our flight to Adu that said, Lizzie Morris, welcome to the southern hemisphere, which is kind of corny, but I'm pretty sure I'll frame it for her. We stayed in the Bliss Hotel, which was really a lovely place and the best restaurant on the island of 650 people. We pretty much collapsed as we reached the room and slept for a few hours, but then we hung out the deserted Indian Ocean beach for a couple of hours. And then, as the sun was going down, we went on a bat hunt. There, as you can see one behind me, there were lots of bats here and a scary looking old cemetery. But sadly, the bats weren't in the cemetery, only these island chicken birds. We also were constantly serenaded by the island Coel, which is a beautiful song. Um, and uh, I think if you want to hear what our day was like as well, you'll constantly hear those birds. After the bat pictures, we went back to the hotel, had a lovely dinner, and then went to bed early for job interviews. Okay, short story today, but I got maps and pictures to share. Let's take a look at the map first. Okay, let's zoom back to remind you of the neighborhood we're in. The Maldives here, Sri Lanka, the Seychelles, Madagascar, which is the series of trips that we've been taking in the last few years. A lot of Indian Ocean. So as I said, we started our day in the Adu Atoll. You remember from the others. Our resort was up here at the South Palm Resort. We had to take a boat over to the plane. Then the plane flew us to Mali. Again, only a couple 100 miles. So if you were going, it would be a half an hour to go from Adu Atoll to Dhigurah on a plane, but we had to go hop, 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 3 stops to get to Mali, and then the speedboat from Mali to Dhigurah. And that's the water that we would have gone across. Okay. And then let me show you a few pictures. The beach, we're at the Bliss Hotel, and it would have been on the other side of these coconut palms, only 100 yards through this little path down to our own private beach. Here's Lizzie and Danielle enjoying their own private beach. We also saw Robinson Crusoe's Friday's footprints. There's our beach. Look at that. Not a single soul on this beautiful, beautiful beach. They have tiny bananas here, but they're sensitive about it, so don't make jokes. So my picture is as good as the one I stole from the internet the other day. Bats, I'm obsessed with these large fruit bats. I mean, how can you not like bats? At midnight, though, they kill. If you look closely, he's eating fruit. This is breadfruit. It's featured prominently in all the South African books I read as a kid, South Pacific books I read as a kid. And that's it. That's the short story for today. Another one soon.